So we're here at the Park Theatre in London, in Finsbury Park, and we've just seen our guest today on the podcast, who is one of the stars, the main star in Hello, Norma Jeane, and it is the lovely Vicki Michelle. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you for the lovely introduction.
I'm going to say congratulations on a fantastic show. It's so enjoyable to watch you in, well, the first thing that I've seen you in a theatre production, because we know you from TV.
Yeah, well, I've done lots and lots of theatre, but this is a fantastic role, and I'm really enjoying it. It's absolutely knackering, but it's a fabulous role. I'm playing Marilyn Monroe, an icon, or whether I am or whether I'm not.
Well, I was just going to say, because it's really hard to describe, because you can't really talk too much about it without giving away the plot spoilers.
No, but it's a great story. Fantastic story. Kept me guessing till the end and hoping and wishing and wondering and
then you think, no, it isn't.
And then
yes, it is.
Is it and
or not?
And then in the end, well, you'll have to come and see it to find out.
It's sort of like a murder mystery, but not. Do you know what I mean? But it is one of those that keeps you guessing.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was wonderful and very poignant too, with the dealing with the issues of ageing and what do you do with old people and what happens when your dreams have gone and your youth has gone.
I think Dylan Costello is a brilliant writer, and when I first read this script, I've got to tell you that this actually, he couldn't make up his mind between me and another actress, and it was going to another actress, but he rang me, and then I went, nope, this is my part, and it came back, and it was just one of those things that when you see a writer and he writes from the heart, and he emotes, and when you're reading the lines, I think everyone identified with all of those lines. I mean, you did?
Yes.
Phil, did you?
Yeah, absolutely. And it does make you think, because it's about the passing of time and it's about how older people aren't necessarily appreciated.
Yeah,
well, my mother was an actress and she's 78 and she's in a nursing home, so very poignant for me tonight.
Well, my mum was an actress and she's 90, but she's not.
Wow. So did you you've drawn on that personal experience of having an older...
Yes, of course. And it's your worst fear. You know, ending up in homes and things like that. But I mean, that's not what this is about.
No.
But it's those sort of poignant, when there's a lovely line that, women of my age need to be looked at, not looked through, and that happens. And I've seen it with my mum, who was the most glamorous woman, but she got to a certain age where, all of a sudden, she wasn't, it'd go, oh, later, love, instead of, oh, can I serve you? And you have to deal with that. And but not just those sort of things, but things of dealing with people and when they get older. They're poignant lines, but then you've got the gay boys that are great.
Another
they're
label.
Fabulous, another layer, and what they go through. And that was, did you enjoy those scenes?
I've got to say, it's good to actually have a gay character that isn't necessarily flamboyant or camp, and he was a proper Essex boy. He was a bit rough around the edges.
My son, played by Jamie Hutchins, and
your grandson.
Yeah. Oh God, yes, I was trying.
Still in character.
I was trying to make myself younger. Sorry about that. Slip of the tongue. Playing my grandson, and he's brilliant because he plays it really vulnerably, and he is gay, but he doesn't. He's not obviously.
No, not camp, not affected.
No, and he's brilliant in the role, as in is Farrell Hegarty, and Peter, who's brilliant in the role of the CIA agent. We've got everything in this.
I remember seeing you last year at The Glass Protégé, which I think was written by the same writer, or was it the director?
Dylan, yes, The Glass Protégé, and it was just a brilliant show. Yeah, it was not as good as ours. But,
no, obviously not.
No.
But I really love... I haven't been to this theatre before, and it's such an intimate setting. And when we came in, Phil's partner, Jeremy, was here with us earlier, and there were 3 seats at the front, right next to the mirror. There's a mirror, which is sort of... There's 3 seats, then the mirror, and then 2 seats. And I said, let's sit at the front. They were like, ooh. And I said, come on, what's going to happen? We're not at a gig. We're not going to get heckled. And I was next to this mirror, and people kept coming and looking through it. But it was, there's very much a division with theatre. Yes. We were not part of it, so we're spectators. And I loved the intimate setting of being so close to you all.
Did you enjoy that? Because
I did.
I mean, for us, it's like you have to get used to it because, you know, I played different theatres where people are just, you know, quite a way away. And so when you actually become part of the production, really. And it is really odd when I'm looking through the theatre and I'm seeing your face through the other side.
It's quite immersive.
Yes, and I'm trying not to look at your face. You know, I was like, you know, I'm looking at me, my reflection, because the mirror has no mirror in it.
What's it like to perform on stage when you might have a slip into your own characteristics? Do you ever do that? Do you ever think, oh, I'm being myself here in just a part of that role? Or are you conscious that you have to snap out of that and play the character more? No, I think that what I try to do is that that when I'm doing the role, I become the character. Yeah. But I actually sort of take the character home, so I'm swearing a lot. And, I was going to say...
So it's the other way round. The
character. That's not the person we know.
The character goes into your real life.
Potty mouth.
Swearing in the dressing room, and I'm going, oh, I'm really sorry about that. No, not that I swear that much, but it's more like the character that I'm playing. And I think that as an actress, for me, because I think actresses work differently, but for me, you know, I'll do a part and do a part and do it, you know, and we'll be rehearsing, and then I go, oh, yes, okay, but I'm not there. And then all of a sudden, you become the part. Yeah. And that's what you do. You are that part.
Is it quite liberating as an actress to be able to swear if you don't normally swear and to be a bit outrageous?
Well, yes, in a way, but it's just becoming the character, you know, and just taking her on board and just, you know, you just become her. And I think that it's like when I was doing Miss Hannigan, I couldn't get that character for a little while, and then all of a sudden I went, yep, and that was it. Got it. Yeah. And I think that's what happens with me, that all of a sudden you become it, so that when you're doing it, you're it.
So in that process, do you have techniques that you use to sort of make that slot into place, or do you, some harder than others, you're battling with it, you think, I'm never going to get this, it doesn't feel natural?
It happens or it doesn't, no.
So it happens or it doesn't, or it always happens?
It does happen, but it happens eventually, and I think that, like tonight...
Do you trust in that process? You just carry on, put one foot in front of the other, do the work, learn the lines, knowing that it will happen at some point?
Yeah, I know that character will slot in. It's really scary when you're doing very short rehearsals. That's quite scary. But we had 3 weeks on this, and the director is brilliant, Matthew Gold, and he didn't nag me when I didn't know the lines. You know, he'll go, no, that was fabulous. So he didn't make me feel insecure. And I think that's a really important thing.
Because it makes you comfortable.
He trusted you.
He trusted me. And he knows that. And it was scary tonight. You know, we had one show before this, and then and then we had the press. And I would have preferred if we'd have done 3 or 4 shows and then done the press. So it was scary.
Well, hats off to you, because it was amazing, and it must be such a pressure, an added pressure, to have the press there as well.
I know, but you all laughed, which was fabulous, because usually...
Well, it's very funny.
Well, thank you, because the press usually, nothing. And you go, okay, you know, you entertain us, you have to win us over. You know, sometimes you get that feel, because you know, you judge your audience. But I think the audience were fabulous. And
well, Phil and I were horrified that a couple of phones went off.
Yeah, I know.
At the beginning.
To the point where we thought, is this part of the play? Because we couldn't believe that
someone... It was that immersive.
But you were completely...
No, unfazed.
No, I heard it, but zoned out of it. You know, because you have to. Yeah. You know, you have to. So that's just something you have to cope with.
I've got to say also as well, the first half especially is laugh out loud funny. And then it kind of takes a really dark turn, and it's quite a surprise, and especially towards the end as well, without, again, plot spoiling. It does go quite dark, but it's a real mixture of the two. But it's surprising more than anything.
It's sort of dark, but it's a pull on emotions. It's not actually dark, it's like what happens. It's actually what people go through, so it's emotive in life. And I think that probably some people will expect it to be comedy right the way through. Quite poignant sometimes, and sometimes. Did you cry?
I did.
I did. I welled up when he was singing. We know when. You did that beautifully.
Thank you very much. Well, I've got to tell you that...
And you were doing it towards the mirror, and of course I was sitting right next to the mirror, so...
But it's one... He writes so well that Dylan, even when I've rehearsed, even in rehearsals, I cannot not cry.
Well, I could see your tears welling up, and I could see when you're talking about your daughter, and I know that you've got a daughter in your life.
Do not put her, she's not in that, it's someone else, because it's really difficult, because you do emote from that. But that's at the end, so we've got I think that's great, because I think a lot of people have come, to see it, and they go, well, we laugh and we cry. And I think that's quite good,
Best.
Yeah.
Now we know you from TV, obviously, but it's such a joy to see you on the stage tonight, because I haven't seen you on the stage before. But I was just looking through your back catalogue of work on TV, and throughout the 70s and 80s, some of the biggest shows, Are You Being Served, and The Goodies, and obviously Allo Allo as well. Do you ever think back, or are you someone to look forward and enjoy what you're doing at the moment? Because it's such a nostalgic thing to be part of.
I loved it. But I love life, and I love everything about it. And I'm sort of the eternal optimist, and I go, oh, what's around the corner? And I love that, because you never know. And that's what I like about this business. You don't know when you're working. You don't know whether you're going to earn money, not earn money. But all of a sudden, something happens, and you go, wow, that's fabulous.
Do you ever watch the old DVDs or watch the repeats on TV?
Well, no, I catch them when, sometimes when they I didn't realise how beautiful our bloody wool was. If I'd have realised, I would have cashed in. Well, thank you very much.
You're gorgeous now. You don't want to be looking back in 20 years ago, I didn't realise then when I did that play how gorgeous I was.
I could hear the wolf whistles when you were in that dress tonight, in the Marilyn dress.
Thank you. Even with the wig and everything. Oh, okay.
Talking of unexpected things, of course, you were in the jungle fairly recently, which my husband won't watch television.
No.
But twice a year, me and the kids put our foot down, and it's for I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here and the Bake Off. We were avidly watching it, and I wanted to know, what was the hardest thing about being in there?
Let me think. The dunny. Sharing a dunny, for God's sake. And no makeup. Oh, that was it. No, it was really harsh.
But you really missed your daughter, didn't you?
Yeah, that was harsh. But I knew she was having a great time at the... What was it, the hotel?
Yeah, some posh...
it's very posh.
Fabulous retreat.
Squabbles as well, isn't it, of people bickering and backstabbing.
But the thing is that I've toured with loads of people. So I'm touring with actors. And if you're doing plays, I've done lots of theatre. And you get that, so you're living with people, and so that wasn't harsh. And people get really upset about things, and they're going, I haven't eaten. I thought, you'd pay $4,000 for this diet. Get a life.
Paid.
You're getting paid to lose weight. Get a life. I was going, I've got to eat now. But it was harsh and much more difficult than you see. Like if you're going to do one of the trials, it's almost a mile walk uphill and down dale before you even get to those. And the food is one bit of rice and one bit of beans. And I saw Lady C the other day, and I went, she went, darling. I thought she was fabulous, and she's great. And she left. I know, she was amazing, and she was a friend of my friend Sally Farmelo, right? So she used to go to a lot of charity do's, and I went, I said, what about the food? She went, darling, we were the best fed. They got the most food on that. I wanted to lose so much weight, and she said, I only lost 4 kilos or something. How much did you lose? I said, over a stone. Oh!
I wanted to ask you, you mentioned your mother earlier. I wondered if you'd always wanted to be an actress, or if it was something you decided, and when that decision was made, and who inspired you at the time?
I think my whole family inspired, but I wanted to actually be a ballet dancer. And my sister Anne, who is an actress, who's downstairs waiting for me at the moment, but she's a brilliant actress, and my daughter's an actress as well now. So, but my mum inspired us. We were always singing, dancing, performing from an early age, and we do like sort of local shows and things like that. And then I went to stage school, and I fell into the acting, thank God, because, dancing, you're done at a certain age.
It's tough as well.
It's tough, that is tough. So you either open your own school or not. And but the acting took over, and I was always good at that at school and things, and I started getting jobs, and the rest is history.
So it sounds like it was just always part of your life, and it was a natural progression.
Well, I tried to give it up at one time. I think I was out of work for about 8 months, and I thought, this is it, I'll go for a job. And I got this quite good job, actually, and they offered it to me, and then I was offered, at that time when that happened, Allo Allo started, and then I got the job, and so I was destined to do it. I think you have to go with your destiny.
Yeah, fabulous. Great way to end as well.
Yes.
Vicki, it's lovely to meet you today, if I can say it. I haven't even had any wine either. And good luck with the rest of the run. Another one, you need to get back.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Phil. Thank you, Katherine.
Thank you.
And it's on until the 19th of March, and it's
Hello
Norma Jeane.
It's fabulous.
It is. Brilliant.